Hello everyone and welcome to our video today about being cautious when using QR codes. We'll clarify what a QR code is and why it's used, what to look out for in terms of QR codes and scams, and lastly, what you can do to protect yourself from these QR code scammers. Our info today comes from a few sources, and the links to learn more for yourself are available at the bottom of the video's description. So let's get started. Before we dive into QR code scams, let's clarify exactly what a QR code is and what it's used for. According to Avast.com, a QR code, which is short for Quick Response Code, is an array of black and white squares or pixels set in a grid that stores data for a machine to read. A smartphone or camera can quickly process the information contained in a QR code's specific arrangement of pixels, making it a convenient way to store and access data. The Avast website also mentions that most QR codes are designed to transmit URLs, so using a QR code is similar to typing a web address into your browser, only faster and more convenient, because you can simply scan the QR code using your phone's camera app. An example of a QR code looks like this. So QR codes are really common these days. Restaurants offer them for patrons to view the menu, and they're also used as an option to pay for public parking, or even to make purchases from a small vendor or merchant. Other uses include scanning a QR code with your phone to enter a concert or a sporting event, or even to board a flight. However, according to the FTC, scammers hide harmful or malicious links in QR codes to steal personal information from unwitting victims. Reports abound of scammers covering up QR codes on parking meters with a QR code of their own. When someone walks up to pay for their parking spot, they pull out their phone and scan the QR code with their camera app. A link shows up on their screen, which seems correct, and they click on it, not realizing that it's not the parking meter link at all. It's a scam that'll take their credit card information and run. Another scenario that's out there is a scammer sending potential victims a QR code by text message or email, and then they create a reason for the potential victim to scan the QR code. The FTC lists several ways they'll try to con you, but rest assured there are many more out there. These scammers are creative folks. Scammers lie and say they weren't able to deliver your package, and you need to scan the QR code to contact them and reschedule the delivery. Scammers pretend there's a problem with your account, and you need to scan the QR code to confirm your information. Or scammers lie claiming to have noticed suspicious activity on your account, and you need to scan the QR code to change your password as soon as possible. And of course, it's a classic scammer tactic, trying to create a sense of urgency and scare you into scanning the QR code and opening the web URL without taking time to stop and think about it. Essentially, a scammer's QR code could take you to a spoofed site that appears real but isn't. If you log into the spoofed site, the scammers can steal any information you enter there. Or the QR code could install malware that steals your sensitive information before you realize it. So, what can you do to protect yourself against these scams? The FTC gives the following tips. Tip number 1: if you see a QR code in an unexpected place, inspect the URL closely before you click on the link and open the website. If it looks like a URL you recognize, make sure it's not spoofed. Look closely for misspellings or a switched or extra letter. Tip number 2: don't scan a QR code in an email or in a text message that you weren't expecting, especially if it urges you to act immediately. If you think the message might be legitimate, use a phone number or website you know is real to contact the company directly. Tip number 3: protect your phone and accounts. Make sure to always do the updates on your phone and other devices when they call for it. And protect your online accounts with strong, complex passwords and multi-factor authentication whenever available. And tip number 4 is my own tip. Whenever you are presented with a QR code to pay for something, please take your time. Try to remain calm even if you feel flustered or rushed by the unfamiliar process. Take your time when examining the URL and double check for any typos or even minor misspellings in the website's address. As the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Take care, everybody, and stay safe out there.